all I said about the apostles. Well, the apostles have been pushing like that double honors. What has to do with the scriptures? And I didn't say anything other than what the scriptures say. You can tell, you guys can say, oh yeah, well, you know, they're just confident. No, that's proud. When you say something that starts from you, or when you're out in the bushes, when the scriptures clearly say to be in the highways and edges, that means you're going up. When you have a person that's supposed to be the head of a congregation, or one of the top, and that he's a compulsive alcoholic, that means you're going up. Perpetual dick riding spirit. That's what Jeremiah that's what Jeremiah had to go through. You know, dudes that, like, you know, are sensitive, or they don't want to speak, or they think, like, you know how off they are? Said, you know, when you would go, and when I was in the camp, they would say that, well, him not in particular, but this is how they believe. The order of you when you got into the camp, that's how the order set in ranking, which is complete fucking foolishness. But that's what they believe. Complete nonsense. Mark them that cause division. They do all this stuff as they're sowing discord among the brethren. So they don't even know. You can look. They look up every word, but they don't look up that.
All right, shalom, shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. All right, and I know that's gonna piss this nigga off with me saying that, but double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, right, who rule well, as the scriptures say. All right, and shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm gonna title this video again. Watch out for this guy THAHAWAM. He has an issue with the apostles of GMS. Okay, because how many years ago? I think that was probably like 2-3 years ago. I made a video on this guy THAHAWAM, right? Which was you know, he was a dude that was amongst us, right? You know, he was a part of our camp, you know, the Pasadena camp at one point. Okay, and you know, some things happened, and you know, he chose the dark side clearly, because you can hear what he's saying, right? And I went into, you know, the first time I heard, which because of, you know, a nigga like this, you know, he's in the house with a bunch of, you know, other niggas that think like him, talking shit about the apostles, right? The elders of Great Millstone, brothers in Great Millstone. But that was you know, when I made that video about him, that was, you know, the first time I heard him publicly talk bad about, you know, the apostles, right? And, you know, here he is again, you know, talking his usual nonsense, okay? Disgruntled, you see? And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to really do it to a nigga like this, because this is a nigga that's proud, and this is somebody that thinks he knows a lot, but he really don't know nothing, all right? And, you know, a lot of this shit, you know, that he's saying in this video about me and the beloved brother Makwadash, okay, is really a lie, right? You know, he's really just self-projecting. He said that when he was around us, we was some niggas, we was bums, we was all of this, right? But, you know, I go back to them stories when this guy THAHAWAM, he used to be, you know, pretty much begging brothers, right, to give him the secret. He had that type of spirit where he was trying to buy the truth. You know what I'm saying? So he used to come up to us and be like, man, y'all just so in the spirit, man. You know what I mean? How do you speak like that? How do you break down the scriptures like that? And back then we wasn't boastful because we was like, man, this ain't of us. You know, it's not really a big deal. But I remember, and he gonna deny it, but you know, brothers who was around at that time, you know, we remember, you know, this guy THAHAWAM, wet behind the ears, used to try to ask us for a whole bunch of answers on how do you speak like that? How are you so in the spirit? How are you so mighty? I wish I could be like that. You guys have just got it. But now he's saying we just some complete niggas. And then he said, oh, I never liked y'all. Y'all was just some niggas. So you basically just told on yourself, bro, and said that you basically just admitted that you was just a snake around us the whole time. Because what you mean, you never liked us. I'm not going to sit here and say that me and him was never cool. And, you know, it was times where me and this guy, THAHAWAM, we, you know, had a good time. And I really thought he was a brother, right? I thought that he was a solid one until he bugged the fuck out, as you see here. But for this nigga to just say that we just some niggas and he ain't never liked us and we was just tripping and, you know, like as if he was the, he was the big homie, right? And we was all looking up to THAHAWAM. THAHAWAM, you know that was not the case, buddy. Okay? You was, all right, a brother that was kind of younger, right? Trying to figure things out, right? And we was kind of giving you the insight on how to get things going. That's why you was asking us for all of that advice. You see? But now I guess he done linked up with Yahweh and the rest of them goofy ass niggas. And now he, you know, he think that you know, he think that he's on a level now. And it's us against y'all. Nah, nigga, it's you against Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, bruh. Okay? It's you against Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. And you're gonna find that out very soon, bruh. Okay? You're gonna find that out very soon. Alright, but I'm trying to think back to what this bugged out said about the apostles. Oh, okay. So, you know, I guess he was, you know, he had a problem with, you know, us giving double honors to the apostles. And then he tried to say, oh, no, that's not in the scriptures. You know, you're not supposed to do that. You're wrong. Okay? You're wrong. Let's get it. Okay? So there it is. You just went off, man. Because here it is right here. Why does it say this right here? 1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well, okay, who are our elders? The apostles and elders of Great Millstone, right? And ruling well, meaning that they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're nourishing us up the right way. They're giving us the correct information. They're being good examples for the flock. Have they not done that for over 30 years? Right? The reason why a lot of you jakes even know how to break down the name Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is because of, all right, the groundwork that the apostles and elders have laid down. Right? The reason why a lot of you jakes even know how to tie the digital system to the mark of the beast, right? And now, you know, you going into the words charagma, right? And them words that associate with the mark. The reason why you know how to do that is because you learned it from the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Facts. Because you don't see IUIC doing that. You don't see ISUPK doing that. IUIC has tossed out the name. Their understanding of the mark of the beast is all twisted and scrambled. ISUPK, the same thing. So the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have ruled well, man. All right. And if you can't see that, all right, you're a demon. All right. You hate authority. You got that black woman, that black woman, baby mama spirit on you, man. Okay. And that's not our fault. That's not our fault. Okay. But we are doing what the scriptures say. I'm going to read it again. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. Do not the apostles and elders labor in the word? Right? Have they not did it for over 30 years? The apostles are, when it comes down to like the lessons, the apostles are more on fire than most of us, man. Right? They're really setting forth the example of what it means to be a man of the Lord. Now, am I saying that they're perfect? Right? No, none of us are perfect, but you got to give respect to where respect is due. These are men that have really laid down the foundation, right, through Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai to set us on the right path. The problem is with niggas like this, okay, a nigga like THAHAWAM and the rest of them coonies that be with him. The problem is these guys are lone wolves, and they got like that type of spirit where they don't want nobody telling them what to do, right? This is why, in this video, he mentioned something about rank and, that's stupid. You guys got a ranking system. Well, yeah, the scriptures is all about a ranking system, right? We'll get a scripture on that next. Yeah, there is a ranking system, man. Okay? You go to, a nigga could understand the concept that he go to work. You become a fucking store manager the first day you go to work? No, you got to work your way up. What do you think the body of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is about? The house of David. You got to work your way up, man. Okay? It's a ranking system. There's nothing wrong with that. That keeps things in order. That keeps everybody in the right perspective, man. And if you got a problem with that, then you must be an emotional mama's boy that don't want to be told nothing. Right? See, the house of Saul, they didn't like the ranking system. That's why when David was crowned king, the house of Saul, you still had remnants of them niggas that was like, nah, I ain't getting down with David. I ain't getting down with David. Because they didn't like the ranking system. They didn't, because maybe with them niggas, when Saul was on the throne, they probably had a high position. So when David's on the throne now, they know they're not going to get that high position anymore. They're going to have to start from the bottom. So then them niggas start complaining, and then the house of David had to execute them niggas, man. You niggas are probably a part of that fold, man. If you don't like the ranking system, you might be of the house of Saul. Nothing wrong with a ranking system, man. Okay? That's how things get put in order. You goddamn, you fucking retard. Verse 18, it says, for the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn, and the laborer is worthy of his reward. Right. So the apostles and elders are worthy of all respect. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with giving men their respect? Right? You ever heard of that term, a mentor? When you have a mentor, right, you acknowledge that the mentor is your superior and you are to give him respect. Right? That's why he's your mentor. The apostles and elders are our mentors. There's nothing wrong with giving them their respect, man. Okay? But you niggas, because you don't like order, right? You want to say, oh, y'all dick riding. Y'all just letting them get away with anything. Then he called one of the apostles a compulsive alcoholic. How do you know? What are you talking about? How do you know? You don't know the apostles, you clown. You never even been anywhere close to the apostles, man. But we know something about your beloved Yahweh. Was he not, when he was amongst brothers, wasn't he a raging alcoholic, a violent alcoholic too? Right? According to brothers' testimonies. And it ain't nobody just hating on Yahweh. No, multiple brothers in GMS have said that Yahweh has an extreme alcohol problem. I don't know if he still has that. I don't know. Right? See, I'm not going to lie and make up things like you. Right? I'm going to tell the truth. I don't know if he's still an alcoholic. But I know for sure when he was amongst brothers, he was an extreme alcoholic. A raging, violent alcoholic, man. See? You niggas is just projecting. And Yahweh Call is who this nigga regurgitates. Okay? You're regurgitating everything, that Yahweh Call put you up to, THAHAWAM. That non-stop on the block stuff, Yahweh Call told you to do that. So who's really the dick rider? Got you out here every day. Well, I don't even think he go out every day like that. Maybe you're losing steam. Are you losing steam, THAHAWAM? What happened to the non-stop on the block? Now you starting to go out 2-3 days. What happened, bro? You're supposed to be non-stop on the block every day. Are you losing steam? Is all of that starting to become taxing? Maybe it's because you're not balanced. And the Lord says a false balance is an abomination to the Most High. You see? You out there every day. Y'all niggas is out there every day trying to prove a point. To who? Right? Remember, the Lord said he'll lift up the stones to prophesy. Okay? Just because you out there every day preaching, you don't deserve no goddamn trophy or no pat on the back. Especially you out there doing it maliciously. Right? Just teach the word and shut the fuck up, man. Okay? I personally wouldn't advise you going out there every day. You're going to burn yourself out. And we told you niggas that. But you don't want to listen. You don't like authority. Right? Jake don't like authority. So Jake got a problem with the order that has been set up. Right? They want to go around that. Truthfully, this guy THAHAWAM really wants to be the superstar. You know? He wants to be the top prophet. He wants everybody to look at him. Be careful what you ask for, man, because we're coming into the time of persecution and, you're going to fuck around and get what you asked for, dog. All right? Because when Esau come, all right, you're going to have to uphold this nonstop on the block. All of you Yahweh Call niggas, okay, that are secretly in these little group chats talking shit about GMS. You got such a problem with GMS. Well, let me tell y'all something. All right. When Esau come with the hammer upon the Hebrew Israelite identity, I hope y'all got enough courage, right? When he come at y'all, man. Because y'all want to be nonstop on the block. Y'all want to be the top prophets. Go ahead, take it. But understand what that comes with, man. All right. And I don't think you dudes is ready. Because you doing it all for the wrong reasons, man. All right. We in the times now. You out here at camp. Esau pull up in a goddamn fucking van and a goddamn SWAT team jump out on your ass. That's the times we in, man. And you niggas think this is a game. All right. You still trying to talk about, look, we out here on the block every day. We're on fire. Y'all lukewarm. We'll see. We'll see. Persecution coming up. Persecution is right around the corner. That's going to test everybody's mettle. Okay? And you dudes ain't got it, man. Y'all ain't got it. I'm telling y'all y'all ain't going to got it. A lot of y'all niggas is going to fold on camera and we going to laugh you niggas to the fucking oblivion when that shit happens. Let's see. What do we want? No. Let's prove to this guy that there is a ranking system, within the Lord's tabernacle, man. Right? The priesthood. You know what I'm saying? What about the priesthood? Okay? I'm trying to find them scriptures, man. I think it might be, let's try, is it, First Kings? We're going to look for some in First Kings, man. All right. Okay, no, that ain't it. So it got to be First Chronicles, right? Because I want to go into when David became king and he set up the order, right? David set up the order, and it even numbered, the men that followed him, which was a ranking system, man. Right? It was a ranking system right there on the spot. You know? Hang on, brothers. Let's try okay, maybe is it second, I think it's Second Chronicles, right? We getting there. Okay, we can get this right here. All right. First Chronicles uh 15:4. It says, and David assembled the children of Aaron and the Levites. Assembled, put them together, right? And he put them together in rank. It says, of the sons of Kohath, Uriel the chief, and his brethren, 120. Of the sons of Merari, Isaiah the chief. So this is a ranking system, right? Is it not? Of the sons of Gershom, Joel the chief, and his brethren, 130. A ranking system. Okay? So I don't know what you niggas be sitting here talking about. You niggas is just rebellious, man. That's all it is. You're just rebellious. Okay? You're just rebellious, man. That's all it is. All right? Because I don't know where you niggas get that, there doesn't need to be a ranking system and every man can just do what the hell they want. Right? Let's just try this. Let's try this David's ranking system army. Right? Let's see what it gives us. Okay, look, here we go. Now we got it. It's number 12, right? All these men of war that could hold rank. All these men of war that could hold rank, right? Here we go. First Chronicles 12 and 38. It says, all these, let's start up. Verse 35. It says, and of the Danites, expert in war, 28,600, and of Asher, such as went forth to battle, expert in war, 40,000. And on the other side of Jordan, of the Reubenites and the Gadites, and of the half tribe Manasseh, with all manner of instruments of war for the battle, 120,000. All these men of war, here's the point, that could keep rank, came with a perfect heart to Hebron to make David king over all Israel, and all the rest also of Israel were one heart to make David king. So there it is right there. There's a ranking system. In rank. Let's get that word rank. All right. Battle line, rank. Battle line, right? You line them up by number. This man's over this man. This man is over this man. This man tells this man what to do, right? That's how all armies are set up, man. Rank, a position in the hierarchy of the armed forces. A single line of soldiers or police officers drawn up abreast, you see? Arranged in a rank or ranks. There's a ranking system within the body of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. All right? So this nigga sitting here, they have a rule in GMS where you get in the camp and you go according to rank. Yeah, that's always been prevalent within the Israelite culture. You goddamn fool. All right? You just rebellious, man. You just don't want nobody to tell you what to do. That's why you are where you're at. Okay? You know? And it's funny how, this guy, he'll sit there and act like he's just the top prophet, but, like us brothers, we always talk about whenever we come across this guy, we'll never forget that Passover, THAHAWAM. We'll never forget that Passover, that time when we had that Passover with this guy, right? Our first Passover, and he bugged out at the Passover to the point to where we had to wake up the next morning and suspend his black ass because he was tripping out that bad at the Passover. At the Passover, right? He started, apparently, because I was asleep, right? I went to sleep early that night, but apparently this nigga was up at 2 a.m, rocking back and forth in the chair, telling brothers that they was gonna die, starting arguments at 3 a.m. This is the Passover, ladies and gentlemen, and this nigga's bugging out. That's how we knew. We was like, yeah, this nigga ain't right. And it makes sense that you're at where you're at now. Completely given over to the dark side. Hate the apostles. Hate order. Hate the rank. Right? But you'll give all of your allegiance to Yahweh call, man. Right? A motherfucker with a bad reputation amongst the body for doing some of the most heinous, outrageous shit. Why don't you, instead of you getting mad at us, THAHAWAM, and the rest of you Yahweh call boys, why don't you ask Yahweh call about that shit? Why don't you ask him if that shit was real? Have y'all done that? Have y'all asked Yahweh call what's up with everything we heard GMS saying? Wouldn't that be somebody that's wise? Wouldn't that be somebody that's not a dick rider? Isn't that something that they would do? I'm willing to bet y'all ain't even did that, man. Y'all just followed the nigga to the blind ends of the earth because he got that, Yahweh call got that rebellious demon on him, and y'all done clicked up, right? And y'all could go on a hate GMS campaign. We know what you niggas be doing. We know the shit y'all talking. Okay? The scriptures tell us that you would be doing this, man. This is Titus 1:10. It says, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. THAHAWAM is an unruly and vain talker, right? Because he lies, right? He fabricates stories to make himself seem as though he was actually the glorious one of it all. When really, bro, you was the bug out, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, THAHAWAM, because I know he probably going to listen to this video. I know he is. THAHAWAM, bro, you was a bug out, bro. We always looked at you like any day now, right? Any day with this guy, right? So everything you saying is in vain, bro. Okay? You know goddamn well we wasn't no niggas. You know that, man. Why are you sitting there lying, right? And coming up with all of these goddamn weirdo stories, right? To make yourself seem like you're the one that had it all together. When really it was the complete opposite. All right? He's a deceiver, right? It says, whose mouths must be stopped. And yeah, hey, look, man. THAHAWAM, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to shut your fucking mouth, man. All right? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to shut your fucking mouth. And you better hope that the Lord don't do it to your ass on camera since you want everybody to see you. See, because that's how the Lord gets you. The Lord gets you, right? The Lord destroy you with your own fucking device, right? Like that wicked nigga Haman. That nigga Haman built up them gallows to lynch Mordecai and the Jews, and he ended up getting lynched and hung on that motherfucker, him and his whole family, right? But his intention was to, build that and destroy the Israelites, right? Just an example that the Lord will fuck you up with your own little plan. So you want everybody to see you. You want to be the top prophet. You want to be nonstop on the block. Hey, the Lord, I believe the Lord is going to test that metal, man. The Lord going to test that metal on you, man. Okay? This ain't the time to be proud, man. All right? You know, this ain't the time to be proud and think you know it all because you so worried about what GMS is doing. All right, you better worry about Esau too, because Esau's watching you, and Esau he gonna definitely come after you, dog. All right. I hope you ready. I hope you ready to stand tough with that nonstop on the block and yell and yell and poke out your chest, right? The Lord gonna shut you niggas up for good, man. All right. It says, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake, right? Teaching things which you ought not. Okay? You said we ain't supposed to give no double honors to the apostles. You lied. All right? You know? Then you try to say that me and the brother Makwadash, we just some niggas. We was always bums. We was niggas. You lied. Okay? You just be coming up with shit. You listening to Yahweh Call and you listening to Yahweh Call stories and you using that and thinking that it's holding weight. When all you doing is putting curses on yourself, man. All right? That's all you doing, man. Let's get this 1 Timothy 3, starting at verse 6. Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride. In THAHAWAM, you are a novice, bro. You know? You ain't even been in the truth as long as me, man. I remember when you first came into the truth. I remember when you start first coming around the camps, right? I remember, bro. Okay? You're not no elder. You ain't been in the truth for this long amount of time for you to be popping it the way you are, man. All right? You could barely speak English the way you be talking. You know? This nigga be thinking that he dropped the greatest sermon of all. Nigga, we don't even know what the fuck you be talking about, man. All right? You need to go back to from kindergarten back to fucking 12th grade, man, so they could teach you how to speak correctly. Right? While you gassing yourself up, you're not even a good speaker at all. Yeah. So let's go back to Titus. Like, what? You're having to stop the video on this nigga while you talking. You be like, what? What did he just say? What the fuck was that? Confused. You're a novice, man. Okay? And instead of, being humble, working your way up like an honorable man, you trying to go around the authority. You trying to establish your own little wicked dominion. Okay? And the Lord gonna have it crash and burn on your stupid ass, man. All right? You gonna get played. It's gonna be a checkmate for THAHAWAM pretty soon. All right? It says, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Yeah, and we watched you go to the dark side, man. We watched you. All right? We seen it. Okay? You know? Soon as you joined up with all of them rejects, man, we was like, oh, there it is. The next thing you know, he talking shit about the apostles, regurgitating experience from somebody else. Because you ain't got no, let's be honest, THAHAWAM, you ain't really got no experience with GMS. You don't have no experience with GMS. You wasn't around brothers like that. You just talking and just speaking on what somebody else said. Okay? We know you, man. All right? You could fool all of them niggas on them comment boards, but we know you, bro, and you know we know you. All right? You know we know who you is, man. All right? Don't sit there and play, man. Okay? It says, moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, lest he fall into reproach in the snare of the devil, man. Satan got this nigga, man. So this is a cautionary tale, to all you Akim out there, man. Hey, be circumspect, man, and purge out them demons, right, that you have, in your spirit, and abound in the truth, Because I'm telling you, this was a guy that was amongst us, and we thought that he was a sincere brother, right? But through his envy, through his pride, right? You know, through his lack of respect for authority, okay, he's in the condemnation of the devil, and he's gonna be destroyed, right? It's a sad case, man. You know, it's a sad case to watch a nigga wither away like that. You know, this is Romans 1:29, last scripture. It says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy. And that's that whole y'all will call shit that y'all niggas got going on, the y'all will call boys, because really y'all are irrelevant, man. Right? You know. Come on, man. There's bigger enemies of GMS than you niggas, man. Don't nobody know y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know y'all for real, man. Y'all, you know, a couple of y'all will sit there and say we ain't making no noise and all this stuff, man. But really, don't nobody know y'all for real. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, but it ain't about that. But, you know, really, you know, these guys are really just jealous of the spirit of GMS, right? A lot of these dudes that are a part of this Yahweh call clique, like this guy right here, THAHAWAM, a lot of these dudes are rejects, dudes that couldn't make it in, dudes that, you know, came in contact with GMS members, and because the GMS members, put them through a vetting process, these niggas got offended, right? They got offended and you know, they goddamn vagina start twisted up. Why y'all get to say who get to be in and who don't? I'm a good brother. So then these niggas run off and go start their own little collective and just start talking shit, right? But really they jealous, right? They jealous because it's like, why are you still teaching somewhat of the same doctrine as GMS? Why are you still teaching it? If we're just completely bugged out and our apostles are raging alcoholics, why are you teaching the same thing of a raging alcoholic? Right? Because really you're jealous, right? You're full of envy. Okay? It says murder, debate, deceit. A lot of deceit with THAHAWAM. That's why I titled this video again, watch out for this guy THAHAWAM. This guy is a sneaky weirdo, right? Telling you, we know this guy personally, man. He's not right, okay? He's the type of nigga that you think that he your brother, but then he been plotting on you the whole time. That's why, you know, he said about me and Makwadash, oh, I never liked y'all. I never liked you niggas. So what was all them times, bro, when we was having a good time, we was hanging out, we was laughing and joking and eating, drinking yayan. You didn't like us then? You know? You was just on our face faking it? Kind of wicked ass niggas is you? Right? You full of deceit, my man. Malignity, whisperers. Ooh. The Yahweh call boys are whisperers, right? Talking shit, little, you know what I mean? Saying little slick shit under their breath. Like when, you know, the elder out here, Mwatazak, right? You know, and that angel pulled up to Mwatazak's camp. You had one of these Yahweh call niggas that made a video and got mad that an angel pulled up at Mwatazak's camp and start cussing out Mwatazak. Yeah, that angel, man, was there to destroy you. And y'all better be careful because nigga got mad because the angel showed up at the camp, at a GMS camp. Because really that nigga, he mad that the angel didn't show up at his camp. You niggas is wicked as hell, man. Okay? You on some punk ass, in the cut, backbiting shit, man. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to answer you goofy ass niggas soon, man. All right? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to answer all of y'all, right, that's sitting there talking shit about the true men of the Lord, all right? Verse 30, backbiters, a gossiper, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters. Don't you niggas always boast about that nonstop on the block shit? We're on fire. Look, we're on fire. GMS is lukewarm. Don't get mad at us. We're on fire. Okay, but you out there and your spirit ain't right. So what does it matter? Okay, yeah, whoop-de-doo, man. You go out more than we do. And let me put something, hit you with a goddamn news flash, nigga. All right? Going out and teaching, all right, that's one of the less difficult jobs in this truth, in my personal opinion. Because when you've held so many camps, right, you know, and you've been on the highways and hedges teaching for years, going out to the highways and hedges is like drinking water. It's very necessary, but, you know, it becomes like an autopilot. It's not something that you strain anymore. It's not even something that you glorify. Like, look, we're out here. Look at us. But you niggas got that spirit on you. That's why you're always boasting about how on fire you are. Okay, just be on fire. You ain't got to always say it every goddamn lesson. When you make a comparison to GMS, just be on fire then, dog. Right? But that's what y'all care about. Y'all care about the eyes of men. Y'all men pleasers. Okay, like the scriptures say. Because why do you always want to mention that? Right? You know? What about being a good brother? What about not fucking people over? What about not backbiting? What about being honest? Right? Telling the truth. Y'all are way off the marker on that one, man. Okay? It says inventors of evil things, lying, false accusation. Okay? Like that nigga Shapar, another one of you fucking nonstop on the block weirdos. Trying to say that brothers over here, try to say that the beloved brother Makwadash has had an Egyptian, he said he had an Egyptian, like he drew a goddamn Egyptian ankh on his eye and was walking around the streets with that. You was a fucking lie, you fathead ass nigga. You was a goddamn lie, okay? But this is what niggas like this got to do. It's not supposed to be fair. The house of David versus the house of Saul is not supposed to be fair. These is niggas that will lie, do low blows, say a whole bunch of scandalous shit, reveal secrets, right? They have no honor. It's anything to make them look like they're the ones that deserves all the praise and the honor. I know niggas like you, man, okay? And you niggas ain't right. Especially you, THAHAWAM. You definitely ain't right. Because we know you personally, all right? And you lying about most of the shit you saying about brothers, man. Right? It says, and here's the point, disobedient to parents. Okay, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone are our spiritual parents. Okay? And you're supposed to acknowledge that and respect that. The apostles even acknowledge and respect the men that came before them. So what's you niggas' problem? Right? You're always supposed to give reverence to the men that came before you. What the hell is your problem? You know, but these niggas, they want to be the ones that everybody remembers 30 years down the line. They want the top seat. Well, hey, a lot of you niggas is going to get what you asked for, and you're going to realize that you bit off more than you can chew, because Esau is he coming after everybody. The small hat is being exposed. Esau's back is against the wall. Esau's coming after everybody. He coming after you niggas too. And he know that you niggas is out here every day alone. Easy target. Right? Jump out the fucking van. Put your ass in handcuffs. Take your stupid ass to a concentration camp. Right? And then we'll see if that nonstop on the block shit, okay, measures up. You know? Then we'll see. Okay? Until then, shut the fuck up, man. Because a lot of you niggas is just some novices. A lot of you niggas is just being fed some false information. You don't know brothers. We don't know you. Right? You met some of you niggas in this Yahweh call shit that met brothers one time and think you know it all. You don't know shit. You just some goddamn disgruntled, emotional crybaby, wanna fit in ass niggas. And you mad that things didn't go your way when you came across the real men of the Lord. So you went to go start your own little coalition of demons. And you got some niggas that done fell out of GMS. So you know them niggas got a problem, right? Y'all done started this wicked coalition. And now y'all, your whole goddamn campaign is fueled off of GMS ain't right. Look, we gonna go out every day to show that we ain't GMS. Okay, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. But just remember that we're all getting ready to be put to the test. And I hope that you niggas have worked on your spirit. And I hope that you really are as brave as you niggas are out here popping it. Because you're going to get your chance. Trust me. You're going to get your chance. We're going to see if that nonstop on the block shit measure up. We're going to see. You're going to get your chance. And I believe I'm going to put all the money I got on me right now. I'm going to say that y'all niggas is going to fold. Right? When y'all see Esau come out, he approach you with his devil battalion. Because when Esau come down with that hammer, Esau don't play. We're talking about the sword here. When Esau come with that fucking with that goddamn force, you niggas is gonna jump out your fucking skin, man. You ain't ready for that. You just been out here trying to be seen to everybody, right? Your heart ain't in the right place. You ain't no good brother. You niggas probably be fighting and cussing each other out. Y'all will call niggas. Y'all niggas there's probably some in-house fighting between y'all. Y'all niggas, some of y'all niggas probably can't get along. Bunch of wicked, rebellious niggas, man. Okay? So, again, watch out for THAHAWAM, man. Watch out for this guy, man. Okay? You see this guy on your comment board, because he's a sneaky ass nigga, too. He'll try to get on somebody's comment board and hey, Shalom, brother. He's a wicked ass nigga, man. I'm telling you. We know what type of nigga this is. Watch out for this dude, okay? You know? Don't take anything this nigga say serious. He's a liar. He'll create anything to make himself seem good because he want everybody to look at him. Clown ass, insecure baby boy nigga, man. All right. So with that, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Barakatah to you sincere brethren and sincere sisters out there. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Barakatah. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Rakah HaKwadash. Okay? Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom. Shalom.